These are the last few words I had to look up while reading because I didn't know the definition of them. I'm hoping doing this will help cement their meanings into my brain. The first one is Saskatoon. This is from the Serviceberry, and I was taking a wild guess on how to spell this because I listened to the audiobook. So if I spelled it right, Saskatoon is a city in Canada, which I was never gonna know, so I don't feel as bad about that one. The next one is Beatific. That's also from the Serviceberry. It's referencing Beatific Smiles, which just, I had no idea. Like, I could guess. The real definition is like a blissful happiness, almost like a holy sort of happiness. I feel like that's one of the ones where you can kind of like guess in context, like a beatific smile, but I never would have like associated it with exactly kind of blissfulness. So I thought that was interesting. The next one is tricorn. That's what the internet says I'm supposed to pronounce it like. I was reading it as tricorn, but this is like a little triangle hat, military style hat. This is from The Unbroken. Cantrick, I think her name is like holding her tricorn, and I just no idea what that meant. Also, it kind of, I don't know how I pictured the military in The Unbroken, but it wasn't with little hats, so that kind of readjusted it for me a bit. Wikipedia says they're around in the 18th century in Europe, which makes sense because in The Unbroken, the people who are wearing the hats are kind of modelled after colonizers, and they use a lot of the French language in their like stuff and titles and things like that. So that makes a lot of sense, and now I know what it is. The final one is pejorative. This is one of those words where I feel like I know the essence of it, but I don't really know the meaning of the word. So it means with contempt or disapproval, which is interesting to me because it's not where I would have got it from context of this. It's from The Unbroken. It's where Luca the princess is talking to one of the conscripts, and she calls them the Sands, which is sort of a slip on how familiar she feels with the Sands because she's grown to befriend one of them, only one of them though. So this is sort of like it's almost like she's saying it like she is one of them as well, but also at the same time is saying it as if she is the princess and looking down her nose at the Sands. Like, it feels like the Sands call themselves the Sands, but also the rich people who look down on them call them the Sands at the same time. So it's sort of, I find it really interesting because it feels like that's highlighting her really like muddy position in all of this. Anyway, those are all my words. I will be updating this every so often when I get a new batch of words that I don't understand. Okay, bye!